Namaste, good afternoon. I am Raveena Desraj Shrestha, and first and foremost I have to say I am extremely sorry that I am not able to be there in person. I was hoping to be there, and I had given the confirmation to Shivani and Supriya, who I thank very much for including me in such a wonderful event. The reason I say wonderful is because March 8th is coming up. Not that I believe that March 8th or just one day should not be dedicated just for women. Every day should, not just for women, even for men. When we walk the earth as human beings, I think it should be celebrated, our beingness should be celebrated, but then the world over, I don't think you will contest with the fact or not agree with me that the dynamics are a little bit lopsided. And more so in this part of the world. When the feminist movement started in the West, it started with certain reasons. The stage that they were in, to a large extent, we still are in this part of the world. And that's the reason why I celebrate the fact that two young ladies like Shivani and Supriya have taken on what they do, working as human angels, I will say. And it is such a perfect fit that they work under the flagship of working as angels. So I am extremely pleased to know these two ladies, but also I am sort of saddened because I was hoping to be there in person, like I said earlier. But I had a professional engagement which came up by mistake, and it's my loss that I'm not there in person with you. Well, to begin with, I believe that the theme of the gathering today, and with all of the other awesome women, addressing all you awesome women and a few awesome gentlemen, I would imagine, who is in the audience, is breaking stereotypes. And I think personally the reason why Shivani and Supriya approached me is because in this part of the world, or whether it be anywhere, I think me, Raveena, and I don't say it out of arrogance, but then I think I am a testament to actually breaking stereotypes, whether that be personally or professionally. Personally, I don't need to divulge much, but I am a single mother, and that's all I'll tell you, having raised two very confident, loving, compassionate boys who are not damaged, who are doing very well in their respective lives. And professionally as well. I work as a banker, but besides a banker, who everybody knows me as, I'm also a qualified hypnotherapist. I'm a certified angel card reader. I'm a certified life coach from the US. I'm an EFT practitioner. I'm a rebirther, and a lot of other alternative healing practices. The reason why I say that I break that stereotype is because all of us put ourselves in a box. If you have studied academically to be a doctor, I think the reason why we put ourselves in a box is because we associate ourselves so much to the profession that we forget to do anything else that actually sparks us from within. And there's very few people in this part of the world who are doctors, but also very good musicians or dancers. And me as a banker, I think that's one stereotype that I break. I sit with a tattoo in the boardroom, and I think that's another stereotype that I've broken. And the reason why I say all of these things to everybody there who's watching this video of mine is because it's not because Raveena is a wild one, or Raveena is, coming across to you saying that I'm different. All of you are different. All of us are different. Everybody is unique. But we need to break the shackles that we have put in our own minds and our own lives. And the basic ingredient to do that is, first and foremost, you gotta know yourself. Not know your caste, not know the name that you've been given. When you delete all of that, who are you? I ask you this question, and I want you to go home and actually think about what I'm asking you. Had I been there, this is something that I would have posed to you. And thank you for giving me this opportunity that I still get to interact with you, which is just one way as of now. And this is a question that I pose to all of you. Go home when you sit quietly, without your cell phones, without any noise. At the end of the day, when you've closed your eyes and you're drifting off to dreamland, think about who you are, without your name, without your caste, without your gender. Who are you? Think about it. Because each of us are unique. Unique not because our fingerprints are unique, not because our DNA is unique, but because our potential is unique. Our constitution is unique. Who we are. And I urge each and every one of you that you find out who you are first, and then give this world a flavor of who you are, a taste of who you are. Because what is a life lived for the n number of years that you live without actually leaving back something? I'm not talking about children that you leave behind. I'm not talking about the name that you leave behind, but I'm talking about the imprint you leave behind in the hearts of people that you interact with or you come across. Nepal is very small. We've got about 2 crores 87 up and, give or take. That's our population. There are very few people you actually meet on the streets. You don't get to know everybody who's in Nepal. And the world is so large. There's almost 8 billion people. So there are very few people you come across and you meet. Look to the next person, the person sitting next to you, to the left of you, to the right of you. Do you actually know this person? Not just the name. The reason why I'm saying all of these things to you is because I'd like for you to actually get to know yourself and to actually get to know the core of the person who you call your best friend, your mom, your dad, your kaka kaki, mama maizu, whoever, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your lover, your husband, whoever. Do you actually get to know that person? Get to know that person, and there's one stereotype you've already broken. Because half of the people in the world are walking around with their name tags and their caste, their culture, and that is one thing I think you need to break. The other basic ingredient that you need to have to do all of these things is courage. After you get to know yourself, you got to have a lot of courage. A lot of people tell me, how come you reached the top echelon in a corporate world, being a woman? I say because I don't consider myself a woman or a man. I just consider myself a professional. And that's the way I've conducted myself all these years, which is 26 years in banking, by having done all of the other things that I've done. I dance. I'm going to do a movie very soon with Shrestha and Vinay. And I've done a cameo with Rajesh Amal in a film with Namrata. And I dance, I sing, I walk the ramp when my body's looking alright as a showstopper or whatever. But that does not make me less of a banker. And these are the things that I'd like to talk to you about. So when I talk about courage, unless it is done, you don't know whether there's acceptance or not, right? And there are lots of people, and I say this because, like I said, I'm a qualified hypnotherapist, and I meet a lot of people who are so worried about what other people think that they sort of squeeze themselves into a shell, and they never get to know themselves because they're always thinking about another person. And that does not mean that you don't conduct yourself with dignity or go around breaking stereotypes. The stereotype you should be breaking is first to get to know yourself, because you are unique. Everybody is beautiful, but at the end of the day, it's your perspective as well. There's good and bad in everything. It depends on what are you noticing? Are you noticing the good? Are you noticing the bad? And your life is shaped according to what you are noticing as soon as you open your eyes in the morning. Whether you see the weather, even if it's a gloomy day outside. Some of you must have heard that no matter what the weather is outside, you carry the weather in you. So the next time you see a gloomy day and you feel, You know, it's a lousy day outside. It's up to you whether you make it lousy or whether you make it a magical, sparkly day. And I salute, going back to working as angels, I salute Supriya and Shivani for having championed something like this. And tomorrow, those of you, another message that I leave you with, besides courage, besides getting to know yourself, besides breaking stereotypes, and besides having the courage to actually pursue what rings your bell, I call it. There are many things. What might ring your bell does not necessarily have to ring mine. But you should know what rings your bells, right? And unless you explore, you will never know. You will never know. So I salute Shivani and Supriya, and I hope to meet you. Like I said, 287 people, 2 crores 87 lakhs, up and down. And if our paths are meant to cross for various reasons, I hope to meet those of you who are in the audience. And once again, I apologize that I'm not there. It is my loss, and I hope to meet you again. I wish you all success. I wish you a marvelous, magical, magical life, and celebrate who you are and live your beingness to the totality, having tapped your full potential. All the best. Thank you very much.